tindrande ljus ikväll och tusende barnehänder mot himmelen ljusa här.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry to disappoint anyone. This is going to be a very boring day. I have to catch up with a lot of marking because yesterday that website I used to mark was down. Anyway, I am knitting a hat for one of my best friends. We've been friends since we were 7-8 years old. I think I just turned 8 when we met because we were literally the only kids left at the kind of after school program during the winter holiday, whereas all the other kids were on holiday. So I was like, oh, there's no one else to play with, fair enough. And then we just became friends and we've been inseparable since. So he's getting a hat that I'm designing, and is he knit worthy? I made him a hat good few years ago. It's a brown Marius hat, and I never really saw him wear it, and I eventually asked him and he was like, but Ellie, that hat was too big, like you should have known that tone of voice. And I'm like, okay. But I did make him a pair of colorwork socks last year, as you will have seen on the podcast, and they were the ones that turned out to be different sizes, because the first one I made was in Chiagu short circulars and the second one was in Haya short circulars, and for some reason the Haya socks became bigger. He still loves those socks and posts me photos of when he's wearing them, and that's pretty reassuring. And the year before that he got colorwork mittens, albeit not in the most suitable yarn, but he doesn't know that, so he loves those as well. He actually sent me a panic message, I think early this summer, where it was like, I lost the mittens in the shop, Ellie, can you make new ones? I need new ones, I love those mittens. And shortly thereafter, when I started thinking about, okay, what yarn do I have, is it for Christmas, is it for now, he'd found them. He'd called the shop, they'd found them in the dressing fitting room, and yeah, crisis averted. So yes, he is knit worthy, turns out. So he's getting a hat. He can be a bit particular about what he wears. I'm like hoping that a black hat with cables is not too outrageous for him, you know. Yeah, he likes very tasteful things, although he's been starting to wear a cap lately. I think we need to talk about that. So I went to the bakery yesterday. I went to Rob's bakery, and I did write on the Vlogmas episode that it's my favorite bakery in London, and I want to talk about Rob's because if you're ever in Loop and you're already going to plan to walk further down Essex Road to go to Raystitch, which is a great sewing shop if you're into sewing, you should just keep on walking until you get to Rob's, because Rob's is the most unassuming family bakery. It is very, very British, very traditional, and in London that is actually quite rare, because yes, you get the odd sandwich shop, but mostly it's artisan breads, you know, it's baking inspired by, you know, continental food traditions, because quite frankly a lot of the time they're better. But Rob's actually brings out the best from British baking. Yes, they do a lot of artisan breads that is more continental, but they also do hot cross buns, mince pies, scones, rock cakes, I think they're called. They do like bread pudding, anything British baked stuff that you can think of, and they do it really, really well, and they're pretty much priced. They're so underpriced. Don't ever tell them I said that, but they are like half price of what you can expect from any other bakery in the area. You know, when they're out of scones or I'm too late because they close at 6 in the evening, I have to go to Euphorium Bakery, which is really good as well, but their scones are like more than twice as expensive, just as an example. So Rob's, you guys, if you're ever in the area, go pay them a visit. Just grab whatever you can, if it's a big loaf of bread or a sandwich, or their amazing scones. So I got their scones. Just gonna show you, because they're pretty big and they're like really like tough and crunchy on the outside and proper juicy and fruity on the inside, and I'm like, and I bought 2 because apparently I forgot that I'm just one person, so I'm gonna have a very nice day marking today and just like stuff my face with baked goods. And this is also a favorite of mine from theirs. It's their granary baps. It's just like a huge loaf of, well, small loaf of bread, but a huge bun. Bap. And I got 2 of that as well because I'm just, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. And I plan to eat that with this thing, which I have, this is the last one I have left now from Norway. It's called Svolværpostei, and I'm pretty sure the only reason this product is still on the market is because I keep buying so much of it. I don't think anyone else eats this stuff because it's like cod roe, so cod eggs, you know, the fish cod, cod liver. See if I can read the ingredients and stuff going by memory. That would be a good idea. Yeah, rapeseed oil, water, tomato puree, salt, sugar, vinegar, potato flakes. But most of all, the top 2 ingredients are cod roe and cod liver. So there's some other stuff there as well, but essentially this weird orange eggy kind of caviar-y gunk, and I love it. It's kind of salty, I guess. Maybe it's like Norway's answer to Marmite. I don't know. Of course it has to be fishy. We're Norwegians after all. And I also went to Fabric yesterday. It's a Swedish bakery. It's a Stockholm bakery that has moved into London as well. So they have a few sites, one in my area. And I got a saffron bun yesterday. I will talk more about saffron buns later in December, I think, because it's a tradition. But yeah, they do saffron buns. I tend to make them with turmeric because saffron is like stinking expensive. And I also got a cinnamon bun. So this is their logo and cinnamon bun galore. I think that will be dessert for later today. So these are proper like kind of Swedish modern style cinnamon buns. I don't know if this is how they always made them in Sweden, but nowadays I find that in Swedish cafes, they tend to be made this way. You know, they're kind of fancy braided, they're quite sticky. They're not as big and fluffy as, say, the Norwegian cinnamon buns. So they're different, but I like them both because yeast baked sweet stuff and cinnamon is the best. If you're a long-term watcher of this podcast, you'll know how I feel about this stuff. Anyway, time for me to start marking. So I might try to finish this hat first because it's like at the last few rows, and it would be nice to see if I am actually capable of designing a hat. Shouldn't be that hard, but so yeah, this is what it looks like. That gunk there, just like yuck. I love this stuff. I shouldn't be saying that, but sympathies with people that don't. And yeah, the hat is coming along. So that was very noisy, but yeah, a couple of rows left now, and I can boast about having an FO. Boop, boop. It's done. I have a hat, or my friend has a hat soon. It could be a bit larger for me, like I feel like I can't quite pull it over my ears properly, but my friend not only has a smaller head than me, but also has a clean shaven head, so he should not have a problem with this, I don't think. And if he does, I will just bring some scrap yarn and redo the top, and then we're good to go. So I just released my new cyber sock pattern, and it's been so well received, so thank you so much. My mind is literally blown by all the wonderful things you guys have said, and yeah, the response is just kind of mind-blowing. But on top of all of that, I've gotten some response from, I guess, a more business point of view that is really exciting. It's too early to announce to know if this will go through, but if it does, wow, that will be so freaking cool. Same thing with what I did yesterday, which it's too early to say if that will happen, but if it does, it's so exciting as well. So I may have 2 exciting announcements to come with ages from now, and for now I can just tease you with saying that I can't tell you, and believe me, it bothers me more than it will bother you that I can't say it right now, but it will be really, really, like I said, awesome. So yeah, I'm falling off my chair with excitement. So thank you guys so much. I couldn't do this without any of you, so I should stop marking now. This marking, you guys, it is so boring. I'm nearly halfway done, which is interesting because I've spent about 2/3 of the time I have to mark on half. That's usually how it goes. It's the 4th year I'm doing this, and every time I manage to catch up, so I'm not too worried. I just thought I'd show you a little photo session that me and my club mittens are doing. How about that? So now I'm just having a scone break, and I thought I'd tell you a little story here of what happened on Sunday night, which I slept through, but my neighbour told me yesterday when I met him in the stairs up here, and apparently someone tried to murder someone out here, and he was like, did you not wake up on Sunday? And I said no. And yeah, no, apparently there were some people having an argument. To be specific, it was some drug dealers and some others. It's usually the drug dealers that come with cars, and they'd hit one of the people they were arguing with on purpose and dragged him along the road all across here. And this woman was screaming, and that was apparently what woken people up. And yeah, and when I told my flatmate this, he was like, oh yeah, was that the screaming on Sunday? Did you not hear? And I'm like, no. I can sleep through anything. I can sleep through fire alarms. It's pretty scary. And yeah, so he told me he'd been calling the police because he thought there was some kind of domestic abuse going on. So, my street, you guys. Happy holidays. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy this scone now and hope nobody dies, because I mean, at least that on Sunday, nobody died. You know, things went alright-ish in the end, and hopefully either the police will be looking at the street a bit more from now on, or at least the drug dealers would think that they are and therefore stay away while we're trying to have a lovely holiday. So back to marking and munching on a scone for me. So catch you later.
Så tenner vi et lys I kveld. Vi tenner det for glede. Det står og skinner for seg selv, og oss som til stede. Så tenner vi et lys I kveld. Vi tenner det for glede.